games. Our Test side is the best in the world bar none, the holders of the longest consecutive match-winning streak of all time. So how ironic must it be for the architects of this spectacular success to find that the selectors are sharpening the axe. Inspirational skipper Steve Waugh, his brilliant twin brother Mark, even Shane Warne, suddenly find themselves contemplating life after cricket. With generational change in the wind, I joined this team of world beaters in South Africa, both on and off the field. South Africa, the Australian cricket team, and a rare invitation to spend some time with them on tour.
He's lost it.
And to find out what they do when they're not playing cricket. One of the first things that grabs you about this group, along with Jason Gillespie, is everywhere you look, there's a player who's carved out his own slice of cricket history.
Have you unveiled it, mate? Hey, come on. The 100 test upgrade.
Hey, come on.
A newly slim Shane Warne, the greatest leg spinner in the history of the game.
You're a good bowler, didn't you?
Very false perception there. Just a rare day off.
Adam Gilchrist, whose test batting average is now second only to Bradman.
All the best. See you, champion.
And Brett Lee, on the verge of being the fastest bowler ever, and at 25 still pinching himself that he's in the team.
I sort of wake up in the morning and think that, you know, you're out to represent your country. It's a pretty special feeling.
Every morning?
Every morning, yeah.
For anyone who loves cricket, it's awesome to watch. The baggy greens in full flight. The world's most dominant team, and the most ruthless.
I like to think of us as 11 sort of prize fighters entering a ring, you know. We're always there for a battle and we're always there for competition, and we'll give it our best shot.
Phones off, please, sir.
Steve Waugh has captained Australia since 1999. Under his leadership, they expect to win. This is the team that set an imposing world record, 16 test victories in a row.
And we are after our own piece of history. We can't really deny that. We want to be known as one of the great sporting sides, and if that happens, it'd be a really nice feeling.
Having won the home series against South Africa 3-0, the Aussies came here looking for a 6-0 whitewash. In the first test in Johannesburg, they didn't just beat South Africa, they smashed them. On the back of a breathtaking Gilchrist innings, this was the second greatest test win of all time.
It was, I think, the best test match we've played. But to come off that and to back it up was probably just as hard.
Then came Cape Town, where a soaring Ponting 6 clinched the second test.
Steve Waugh and the Aussies came to Cape Town to make it official. Victory here would see them crowned world champions. Well, they certainly achieved that. But the one thing that makes this team so remarkable is the fact that despite all their good performances, they're never satisfied.
This was the reason the success of this team. This is the heartbeat. 4 guys not on the field. The benches, we call them, they're the heartbeat. They keep us going. That's why we're number 1. Well done, boys.
It was the perfect way to celebrate Shane Warne's 100th test. Made even better for him by being able to share it with his wife Simone and their children.
I think you got to either go two ways as an international cricketer these days. You got to either be single because of the travel, or you got to have a fantastic and very understanding wife. And I don't think if you've got that support, you're always going to struggle, because if you're away on tour and you ring your wife and then they're giving you grief about, oh, you didn't call last night, or all those sorts of things. What are you doing? You know, I mean, that just, you don't need to go to the ground under the pump saying, oh, geez, I'm in the dog kennel, will we say, with the wife. So, yeah, look, I'm very lucky to have a great wife, and she's been very, very supportive, and 3 lovely children. I think with all the things that have happened in my life, I think the one thing I have tried to learn is if I have made a mistake, then I try to learn by it and become a better person. I think I have done that.
Hang on, is that 5?
It's a great thing to captain this side, and it may never happen again. It may never be the quality of side that we've got now. Hopefully it will again, but you know, it is a special time to play for Australia.
Amid all the euphoria, it's ironic that the captain, Steve Waugh, is facing increasing scrutiny from the selectors. Your test form's not great at the moment.
Yeah, he certainly could be better. At last 7 or 8 test matches, I would have liked to have done better, but it's been a long while since I've had a bit of a lean try. It's probably been 10 years, so it's sort of almost hard to relearn how to get out of that sort of situation. I found myself in that plenty of times in the first couple of years, but once you get over 35, people tend to say, well, he's had it and he's finished, so it's a real challenge for me. I feel as if I'm not playing that badly, but I'm not getting scores on the board, and that's the bottom line. I've got to get runs.
Do you feel the pressure?
Well, you always feel the pressure. It's the hardest thing at this level is to always deal with the pressure, and it's always there.
Waugh knows his career is on the line. Before the team left for South Africa, he was first stripped of the captaincy of the one-day side, then axed from the team altogether. His brother Mark followed soon after.
I went to bed that night and sort of had a feeling in my stomach, just a sick feeling. So
Alan Border was one of the selectors who cut Waugh loose.
He's just been an awesome player. But it was just one of those decisions that we felt right. Hopefully it's the right decision with the one-day side going forward.
In your heart of hearts, do you think you're still able to play one-day cricket at the top level?
Oh, look, I'm positive I can, but it's not to say there's someone who can't play it better than I'm playing, and that's the call the selectors have made, and only time will tell.
Do you think the selectors got it wrong?
Well, when it happened, I thought they got it wrong, but life goes on, and they've got to make these tough calls. And I still want to be there, but realistically, the chances probably aren't that great. And I'll live with that. That's fine.
As coach John Buchanan put Steve and his replacement Ricky Ponting through their drills, he's in no doubt about the loss to the Australian one-day side. Do you think he should still be captain?
If I had a personal opinion, I do, but that's a personal opinion, and I'm 100% behind the selectors. As I say, they've got difficult things to do at times, and that's one of them.
You're the one-day captain. Is the Test captaincy on the agenda?
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? It'd be nice if it did come along, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens with Stephen. How long he keeps playing for, and how long he continues to lead Australia for.
How long do you reckon he will?
Hopefully another couple of years.
Is there a lot of cricket left in you, though, Steve?
Well, I feel there is. But whether that's the right thing to do or not, I'm not sure. There's other things in life, there's other challenges, there's other things that lay ahead. I want to be a good father, and that's really important to me, and we spend a lot of time away, and 3 kids are growing up, so they have a lot of needs as well, and they're really important, so I'm not sure when it's going to happen. But I feel at the moment, I still feel I'm playing really good cricket and can improve, and that's what I've always said, that I'll continue to play as long as I think I can improve.
Over the last few weeks, what's happened to Stephen and Mark Waugh, it's given me a feeling of what you have to do is to enjoy every game. Stephen, Mark and myself have been playing together for the good part 10 years, myself and Mark, and Stephen even longer, but together for the last 10 years we've been together, and and the one day has come around, I look over to second slip to have a chat with Junior and he's not there, it'll feel strange. And I think that really emphasised to me that you never know when your last game is.
When it is time to retire, how would you like it to happen?
I don't want to go out, when we're losing, or, I get the tap on the shoulder and say enough's enough. I'd like to have learned from the experience of the past couple of weeks and retire on my terms. I think it's much better than going out, I guess in a negative way. And for me, it'd be nice going out in a positive way.
He's come under some intense scrutiny in recent time, and it's been tough on a lot of people around him. Not half as tough as what it's been on him.
Wicketkeeper Adam Gilchrist is Waugh's deputy.
He's a guy that inspires, probably without him knowing he's doing it, and that's a sign of a quality person. And
he sounds a remarkable person.
He is, definitely. An amazing person with extraordinary strength, strong character, great leader.
If he asked me to run through a brick wall, I'd run through a brick wall, I think. And the reason I say that is because I don't think Steve would ask me to run through a brick wall unless he honestly believed I could get through it.
Not so long ago, openers Justin Langer and Matt Hayden were struggling to make the Australian team. Under Waugh's guidance, these great mates have flourished, hitting century after century and celebrating with hug after hug.
I get a bit worried when he keeps hugging me all the time, but no, look, it is. I mean, I guess we're trained not to show too much emotion as men in the world, but look, I just think you should go with it, and it's a great feeling. And yeah, I mean, getting a hug from the big fella means that we're doing okay. So no, I'm really enjoying it.
I get hurt though on the odd occasion when I try and run up and hug him and he just brushes me. I mean, love is stiff.
I'm a bit concerned about what they're saying about us. There's been a lot of hugging going on, and but anyway, we're getting over that.
Give us a hug.
Don't, mate.
Yeah.
There it is.
Don't worry about that. There's plenty of love in this side. Don't worry. That's why we're so good. Plenty of love in this side. No kissing, mate.
No, definitely no kissing.
Christmas Day, this. Every day you play a test match is like Christmas Day, I promise you.
The road tour has now moved to Durban, and as the Aussies ready themselves for the third and final test of this series, Steve Waugh invites us into the players' dressing room. This, without question, is a very special and private place.
Yeah, not many people get to come into our dressing room. It's sort of our place. It's probably the only place where we almost get a bit of privacy these days. And it's like our home away from home on tour. And, you know, we all have a little space in the dressing room and we know where to sit.
Everyone talks about the most famous cap